there's a lot of drama between you and your beautiful.
Hey, hey, hey. She said there's a lot of drama. Shout out to Cardi B and Offset and new song, Jealousy. Um, I want to thank everybody for being here in the building today. Fun Day Sunday and Hot Topics. Thank you so much for being here with your girl, Just Me TT. So, you guys, we got a lot to cover today. I'm sorry for being on CP time. I know I'm late. I'm normally really good about being here on time, but I had to download some stuff, and yeah, I don't know what was. I don't know if it's the weather, the Wi-Fi. I don't know. Something was against me. Wasn't letting it get done fast enough. So that was my reasoning for being late. But again, I want to thank everybody who is here in the building with me at the moment. So we got some hot topics. We got a really huge update on Miss Carly. And I know you guys know that I think it was last week she turned herself in, and she went over there with, went into the police precinct with her lawyer, and she turned herself in. She bonded out. I think the bond was like $1,000 or something like that. It was a real low bond. But anywho, she did get out of jail. So this, that's what we were wishing. That's what we were hoping, that she would do the right thing. She did admit that, it was a fabricated story. She wasn't kidnapped. She didn't see a baby on the side of the road. So we do know that much. And charges have been filed against Carly. So we're just waiting to see what the prosecution is going to do when they're in, how much time she's going to get. Is she going to get community service? But yeah, Carly did turn herself in earlier last week. I want to shout out Sarah, Perp, and Roast in the building. Thank y'all so much for being here. So yeah, y'all know I've been covering Carly, and I also got some new topics to cover as well. We got Mr. Let's see, what's his name? I actually got a little quick video to show y'all about him. He's trending all over social media. And now my watch wants me to talk about Trump a little bit. I think I can talk about him just a little bit. Who else, y'all? We got some newest updates on the petition. We have an ebony alert through the NAACP. We have that trending. We have that hopefully coming to the forefront. And as y'all know, me and Perp, we are definitely trying to get involved with that and push the issue. And I was just elated when I seen that pop up in my feed, that they were going to actually go to the White House and petition and ask for an ebony alert. Now, they have it for African American women ages 17 to 25. We really hoping that we can push the issue for all races, because it really does not matter if you're abducted and you're taken away from your family and you're out there and you're being trafficked, or you're having, to fight for your life, then you need an alert for yourself. So we are trying to definitely get that pushed through, and we are going to be linking with the NAACP and seeing if we can get on the bandwagon for that to help push that along. And I told Pert we got a busy week this week coming, because we got to make a lot of phone calls. We got to get in tune with what's going on, what's already being implemented. And yeah, we got to bring it over here to y'all so y'all can vote on it and y'all can make a difference in helping that happen. We also have Perp and Jamal are doing the back to school haircuts August 13th. So we're going to be speaking on that a little bit more. Definitely coming up quick. The kids are going back to school, and we want to send them back happy and looking good and smelling good and feeling good. So we got that exciting event coming up, and there's always a way to donate and help out if you're willing to do so by Cash App and Perp at Vino capital V, Entertainment TV. So yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that later on. Thank you, Sarah. So we're going to go ahead and get into this, y'all. The link is down in the chat if anybody wants to come up and join me up here. Y'all know I love having company over here when I'm live, so please feel free to do so. Also, please don't forget to hit that like button Okay, get my likes up, get me in the algorithm. Please share the live as much as you can, and please tell everybody about my channel. I just want to thank you all for all the continued support and helping me get this channel up and running. And we're doing the best we can. We are doing the best we can. So again, we're going to go ahead and get into what we need to get into. Thank you, Sarah, for dropping her Cash App. And we'll be dropping some links later on in the live, so everybody can go subscribe to my people. Okay, so starting off, let's get into Carlee. I did this little quick video on Carlee because, I had to take a break from it. I knew that she was, charges was going to be coming up against her. I just didn't know when. And so, yeah, we were, definitely elated to know that she was going to have to face a repercussion for what she did. She had the world in a panic, and everybody was praying for her and rooting that she would be found and she would be returned safely. And she was found safely. She actually returned home on her own, but then we later found out that it was all fabricated. It was all false information that we were given, and she never even had an issue of being abducted. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a look at what happened earlier in last week when she arrived at her attorney's office, and they let her know that she was going to have to turn herself in. And I do believe her family was by her side, so she does have that family support. But again, we do not condone this type of behavior at all. We actually have women and children being abducted, all ages, and not being returned home. And the unfortunate is happening to these people. And, we just can't stop thinking about them and, hoping that they can be returned home safely. So we are pushing issues to make changes in our legislature so that alerts can be put out there and things like this will not happen. But again, Carlee was reprimanded for her actions. So here we go. All right. So, as you can see, it said that she will be facing 2 misdemeanor charges. They're not felonies, but she will be probably facing some sort of community. She's probably gonna have to do some community service or something, giving back to her community. Even if she got to stand out there for 12 hours holding up a sign, with different women or children or different people who have been abducted and who are missing. Their posters or their missing persons posters or whatever, something needs to be done so she can learn a lesson on that, and she can actually feel what it feels like to actually know that you don't know where your loved one is, you're hoping and praying that they just walk through that door, and they haven't yet. So yeah, we'll be continuing to keep an eye on what happens with Miss Carlee Russell, and I'll keep you guys updated for sure on that. I did say at the end of that video, I actually wish that a liar's pants would catch on fire, because we got a lot of liars, y'all. A lot of liars running around. And when you tell a lie, you got to tell a whole bunch of other lies to cover up that first lie you told. So it just doesn't make sense to lie. 9 times out of 10, that lie going to come back, bite you in the behind, and you're going to be found out and be labeled a liar. So it's never good to do that. So hopefully she will learn her lesson. And then next on the hot topic list, we have a gentleman by the name of, hold on, let me see. I've been doing so much today, y'all. Y'all got to forgive me, because my mind is racing, but my thoughts aren't catching up, if that makes sense. Okay, so let me figure out what this young man's name is, because Not On My Watch was telling me earlier, and I didn't want to mispronounce his name. Okay, so let's see. And what happened was, he was in New York and he was doing a giveaway. I'm told by I'm learning that he was giving away some PlayStation 5s, and a large crowd grew out there in New York, and they were gathering around, and I guess maybe he was taking so long to, I don't even know if he was taking so long to hand out these PlayStation 5s, but they look like a lot of young kids, a lot of adolescents were out there, and they were getting kind of restless, and they just started, a mob was forming, and it just grew bigger and bigger and bigger, and it grew out of control. And then they started vandalizing properties. They started attacking the police. I mean, it was a full-blown riot, y'all. And the city of New York is outraged behind this, because apparently this is the second or third time that this has happened with this influencer. He's really popular with the celebrities. I think he did video shoot with Little Uzi Vert and all them. And so he is big and trending, but he's enticing, riots and panic and stuff in certain cities. So yeah, they're really upset. And we don't know what his charges are yet. I guess this charge was right now inciting a riot. So they are blaming him for the situation. But I did do a little video so that you guys can take a look at some of the stuff that was going on out there that day. Give me 1 minute.
Shit, bro. Oh, nah. 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 Oh. Oh, shit.
What is going on in New York City? A video game influencer was in custody after a giveaway in a New York City park erupted in chaos on Friday. A spokesperson for the New York Police Department confirmed that Kai Cenat, a popular personality on Twitch and YouTube, was in law enforcement custody. On Wednesday, Cenat announced on his Twitch channel that he would host a huge giveaway with video game consoles, PCs, keyboards, gaming chairs, headphones, and other items. As of Friday afternoon, the video had more than 2 million views. Cenat is known for his outrageous antics, which have gotten him in some trouble on the platform. He has been temporarily banned from Twitch 5 times.
We're in contact with the influencer. I have our legal team here. I'm going to have a discussion with our Commissioner Caban in a little bit, and then we'll make a decision there.
Well, I'm wondering though, if there's anything specific that you could be charging him with?
Well, we'll discuss with our legal department about inciting a riot and other charges.
Dang. So y'all saw that, they were jumping on cars. They were vandalizing the vehicles out there. They were throwing plants and stuff at the police. And, yeah, so this was troubling to see, because, when we deal with like police brutality and stuff like that, and then we always call for a call of action, and, we want a peaceful solution. And all I could really say to this was this generation for a game console, a video game console. This is all, I mean, we need to start molding our young people that this is not the way to behave. This is, you know what I'm saying? We want to be looked at in a certain light. And, you know, the police could have really got ugly out there, y'all. I mean, back in the day, they called dogs and they did water hoses. You know what I'm saying? Today, they either tasing you or they shooting you. So we need to really talk to our young people, you know, what something needs to be discussed within these households so these kids know there's a certain way that you need to go out in the public and conduct yourself. It is never that serious. Now, why you want to vandalize your own stuff, your own properties, your own communities? Why do you want to do that? That is just really bad. And I'm going to get in some of the comments of the people and these were also young people who had a voice in this situation. And I want to get into some of their comments. One guy said, now imagine what one of these influencers could do if they really wanted to, because total chaos and lawlessness. The idea most kids look up to him and want to be influencers too is the most frightening thought. We live in a day where everyone screams accountability, but no one ever holds anyone truly accountable. Throw the book at these effed up kids. Don't care if they are young. They need to learn about consequences. Gotta agree with him on that. It's crazy to think what the youth will do for something free. Kai needs to be held accountable and possibly serve jail time. No one is above the law, no matter how much money you have. And then one other person commented, over a damn PlayStation. WTF. And then the last set of comments was, hold on, my phone went act crazy, y'all. Hold on. Imagine how people will act when there are food shortages and supply chain problems. If the social influencer asked for volunteers to feed the homeless or help someone in need, 7 people would have shown up. Welcome to the United States of entitlement. This is heartbreaking. People are living in complete darkness and have no idea that they are being deceived. The so-called influencer should be held liable for the chaos. So yeah, the people have already said that they don't find this appealing at all. And there's just something wrong with the mindset of people that want to go out and destroy their own communities over free stuff. You know, I don't care if he was out there handing out $1 million. You humble yourself, you go out in the public and you act a certain way, and you don't give, the police force a reason to have to barrel you down, shoot you, tase you, throw you on the ground like you're a dog, treat you and cuss you. You just don't do that. And so, yeah, the word for this year, I believe, y'all, is accountability. There's a lot of people doing a lot of malicious stuff, and they need to be held accountable out here in the world, because what they do affects all of us. Okay? So, yeah, we're in the business of holding people accountable for their messed up actions, and that's just how it's going to be. So, thank y'all again. On to the next topic. I think we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about Trump. Y'all, listen, I'll talk about him, but, I didn't vote for the man. I'm not I'm not a fan of him at all. And I know a lot of people feel the same way, but there's some things going on with Trump. He's all in the media now, and it seems that he'll be facing new charges in a Mar-a-Lago document case. So let's get into that a little bit. If we can go ahead and pull it up. Hold on. Let me see if I can get the actual news report, the thing. Oh, while I'm waiting for this to pull up, y'all, there are some young ladies that have been trending on YouTube, and I'm just learning about them. I believe her name is Queen Op. Okay, and she's a social media influencer, and they said that she's been around for several years. I'm thinking maybe like 15 plus years. Okay, so she's been on social media for a while. I'm hearing that she has a YouTube channel, but she's also, a big hot commodity over there on Bigo, and also an app called Miko. Okay, and so what's going on with her is, she started off, doing videos with a friend and learning of their story. I guess the friend is autistic, or she may have a little Down syndrome. I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, when they first started off, there was just like little skits and innocent stuff that was going on. And then the more her fame grew, this lady started actually abusing her friend, the autistic friend. And so they were, saying that she had her drinking her bath water, eating dog feces, eating dog food, cat food, eating chicken out of the trash can, beating her up on live, screaming at her, calling her bees. Even y'all, and the worst part is, I'm learning that she was actually allowing her friend and filming her friend sleeping with random people on the street, homeless men and stuff like that. Her friend is caught STDs. Her friend has been brutalized. She's been tormented, and they had a huge following over on those other platforms. And just recently, I believe as early as last week, they had a whole sector on YouTube dedicated to not only bringing the channel down, but getting help for the autistic young lady. And so I think calls were made to the police, and so many reports were made. And then finally the police made their way over to the young lady's house, and she was arrested. Okay, so I'm hearing that her and the girlfriend, the young lady that was the abuser, her and her girlfriend actually went to jail and were charged. The autistic young lady, I believe, was returned back to her family. And so, yeah, that's another unfortunate story that I'm learning about this week. And I don't have, like I said, I don't have any videos or anything put together of them yet, because I was still debating on if I was going to even talk about it over here. But I will try to give you guys a little bit of insight and, take a closer look at what has been going on, because they're trending all over YouTube, all over the other platforms, social media platforms. So that may be something that y'all want to get into and research if y'all want. I'll let you know if I'll do any more commentary on them. But I did want to bring them up because it's pretty bad. So, like I heard about some of these cults and some of these control-minded folks, having channels over here. I just haven't got into them that deep. And so, as you know, we're advocates for fairness, treating a salute, Wolf, welcome. We're advocates for people being treated fairly, people being treated with kindness, people, showing love and compassion to the next fellow person. So I'm going to definitely be looking more into that story. If y'all want to, search her out, her name is Queen Op, OPP, and y'all can look and see what was going on over there with that. And hopefully they get her friend some help. They get her some therapy, because I'm quite sure she's going to be suffering with PTSD, and it's going to be a difficult, recovery for her. But we will definitely be keeping an eye out. So let's get into Donald Trump, y'all, and see what's going on with him. In the latest news, it says Trump committed a technical violation of the Constitution, but they're saying that it's not necessarily a crime. That's what his lawyer is saying. Let's see. His attorney had an interview this Sunday, and he said that he will defend the former president in a trial that will stem from the 4-count criminal indictment that was returned last week by a federal grand jury that had been examining Trump's possible role in the January 6th Capitol riot and his alleged attempts to overturn the 2020 election. His alleged pressure campaign to get former Vice President Mike Pence to reverse the election claimed that Trump and Pence had merely engaged in a disagreement over whether a vice president could constitutionally take actions that could lead to a presidential election being overturned. It's a technical violation of the Constitution, and it's not a violation of criminal law, his attorney said, calling it just plain wrong to suggest that Trump had pressed Pence to break the law, and to say that is contrary to decades of legal statutes. These kinds of constitutional and statutory disagreements don't lead to criminal charges. And one thing that Mr. Pence has never said is that he thought President Trump was acting criminally. He also, so Pence elaborated on the subject on Sunday, telling CBS News, "Face the nation that Trump, from sometime in the middle of December of 2020, began to be told that I had some authority to reject or return votes back to the states. I had no such authority," Pence said. "No vice president in American history had ever asserted that authority, and no one ever should." The indictment, however, acknowledged the former president's right under the First Amendment to speak publicly about the election and even to claim falsely that there had been outcome determinative fraud during the election and that he had won. But it accuses Trump of going further and taking part of 3 criminal conspiracies: to defraud the United States by using dishonesty, fraud, and deceit, to obstruct the electoral vote process, to impede the January 6th congressional proceeding at which the collected results of the presidential election are counted and certified, and to conspire against the right to vote and to have that vote counted. So dang Trump, they're mad. He had that riot going on down there at the Capitol, and then they're saying that he was doing some malicious stuff, trying to get the vote overturned and all that. So they're saying that more than likely he probably will face some sort of consequence of jail time. I don't know, but we'll just keep an eye out on it. I heard that he was going to be trying to run again, so maybe this will stop him from doing that. Hold on, y'all. So what y'all think about that? Which card ain't even over here? She wanted me to talk about this orange hair dude, but she ain't even hip here. Okay. Salute Shank. And salute Wolf. I did speak to Wolf. Salute again, Wolf. So yeah, y'all want to hit the link and kind of come give me some commentary about what y'all think about what's going on with Trump. Because like I said, me and politics, I don't do it. But I will come over here and bring you the information, because she said, "Oh, TT is big. He's going to jail." And I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "I've been hearing that for about a year now." So let's, we'll keep an eye on and see if former President Trump does face any jail time for what he did. And we'll see what the outcome ends up being with that. If she does pop in and decide to want to come up here and talk about it, we'll do that too. So yeah, let's get into the petition, y'all, and let's talk about what's going on with the NAACP and trying to get the Ebony Alert, not the Amber Alert, but the Ebony Alert implemented through legislature. And let's see if we can jump on that.
Black women and children are going missing nearly daily, according to the California NAACP. Yet Tanisha Herring says you won't see their names on Amber Alerts and flashing lights.
What makes the Ebony Alert different is the fact that we're saying, okay, if you are missing under a unexplained or a suspicious circumstance, then you're going to get that Ebony Alert, and we're going to do everything we can to get you home.
The NAACP is working with Senator Stephen Bradford on the proposed alert system specific to missing Black children and young adults in the state. Amber Alerts broadcast when a child 17 or under is missing or abducted or in imminent danger, while an Ebony Alert would include notifications for Black 12 to 25-year-olds that go missing under nearly any circumstance.
It speaks to the disparities that still exist, not only in California, but across the nation when it comes to race.
In Oakland, those disparities are growing.
We make up 23, 24% of the population in Oakland for the Black community, yet 60% of those who are missing.
Out of 1,500 missing people in the city, Councilmember Treva Reed says 900 Black men, women, and children make up those cases, and little to none have ever received an Amber Alert. Council unanimously voted to support the bill last week.
And for our Black women and our Black youth, we're misclassified as runaways, we're misclassified as gang affiliated, we're misclassified for all these reasons that don't bring a level of value and attention to their lives mattering.
Oakland community members hosted an emergency town hall last night to educate parents on the dangers while empowering them with safety tips to keep their families safe. Nola Brantley works with families trying to bring their missing kids home and says more must be done.
When we come up missing, the response is not the same as it would be for a white woman. We need things like the Ebony Alert to say, these people matter too.
In Oakland, Felina Jones, NBC Bay Area News.
So, okay, y'all. So the NAACP, they're proposing an additional alert, and that's one thing that me and Perp, as y'all know, we talk about all the time. Just not just for African American children that go missing in our country, but children of all races, all ages, because after 17, a lot of those kids are being misclassified as runaways, and as you heard the lady say, also gang affiliated, as if they're just walking away from their homes, not letting their families know where they are. That is just not, in this day and age, I honestly don't see that happening. You're going to let somebody know where you're at, where you're going. And so it is, that high number that we're looking at in big states like California, Ohio, out in Texas, those places are being targeted. And we do know that, a lot of those kids are not getting, the coverage, so when this thing happened with Carlee, we were like, wow, this is happening at a time where we've been in deep discussion about this topic. And, of course, we know her situation ended up being fraudulent, but however, just think what could have been done if she was in a real situation, she had been abducted, and an alert had been gone out for her. Maybe people on the highway could have stopped, pulled over, looked around, something. But because there's no alerts going out, this is, it's just a privilege to everybody who has gone through an abduction situation and are still missing. And so what we really want to do is work with the NAACP and kind of coerce, try to urge them to keep it to where you have these extra alerts, but it's going out for children and people of all color. And so we want to focus on doing justice for everybody in our country, not just African American people, even though our numbers are higher when it comes to the trafficking rate and being abducted. So keep an eye out on that. This is something y'all know I'm very compassionate about, and shout out to Shank, because he covered a lot on Carlee's story and her situation, and he does a lot also on Shanquilla Robinson and getting justice and aiding and getting justice for her and her family as well. And then these situations kind of just all merge together, you know what I'm saying, in some kind of way. They all are on the same spectrum. So we can do things, and there's power in numbers, you know what I'm saying? So when we get these petitions going, when we go up to when we get with legislature, when we try to push these issues, it's definitely going to be an important cause, and we just want everybody's support. That's what we're asking for. So you guys, please continue to pray for all of those missing persons who are still out there. Those numbers are still way too high, and we just want to make a difference in stopping this completely or bringing those people home. Is Perp still in the chat? Perp, if you're still in the chat, please say something in the comments, please. because I'm going to bring her up so she can talk a little bit about her back to school haircuts that are approaching August 13th. Her and Jamal, or as y'all know him as Northside Illmatic, will be doing back to school haircuts. So I want to bring her up so she can talk a little bit more about that, and also let you all know where you can donate to help the cause that she's got going. So again, if you didn't see that, I'll play it one more time. That's the National Trafficking Hotline. And that information is available to all who may know someone or themselves be, or in any type of and need support in a human trafficking situation. It says that they're there to listen and they're there to lend support. You can either contact the hotline or you can text them. Hey, Perp, welcome to the panel.
Hey, TT. What's going on, sister?
Just going over the information of the National Human Trafficking Hotline. They're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And their number is 1-888-373-7888. Or you can text capital info, INFO, to 233-733. Again, that's 1-888-373-7888. Or you can text capital info to 233-733. All right. So, Perp, you got a big event coming up August 13th, and we're excited about it. We're definitely going to make sure that you have what you need to, get those young men in the barber chairs and get them looking good and feeling good to go back to school. And they go back on the 14th, correct? Out there where you're at?
Yeah, 14. The 14th.
Okay, so her event will be held the day before school starts. So, Perp, you want to go in and elaborate on what you're planning on doing and how you're going to get the kids?
Right now we're getting 10 kids right now, but as the donations come in, I would amount of the kids would it would grow a little bit bigger. It's gonna start at 9:30. We're doing haircuts for all genders. For young boys from the age of 5 to 18. I say 18 because some kids do turn 18 in the 12th grade. You know what I'm saying? Right before they get out of school. So that's why I said 18. Now it's not gonna be we're gonna get parts and designs and all that. It's just basically just a haircut. Get you presentable going to school looking like a young man, all intact, go along with your new, school uniform or your new clothes. And it's also Jamal, which is the North Illuminatic, also helped me with this as well. He has a friend who is going to do the haircuts, which is no shorts, no losses, barber salon, and that's in Richardson, Texas. So if you all can get out there to Richardson, Texas, or you may know somebody who may stay close by who need a haircut, who really need a haircut and can't parents can't afford it. Just bring them out. We're gonna start at 9:30 on the 13th of August at no short, no losses. Again, I want to thank this young man for being a pillar in his community. Taking his day off from work to go ahead and do a good deed for young men who are trying to go to school, and it's for the kids. And he said, he don't mind, so we're just trying to get everybody out there, TT, and get them started and get everything done. I'm gonna have hot dogs and chips and soda and water and things like that when they come out. So
okay. So So Perp, your audio, I don't know if you're going in and out or not, but if y'all heard her, she said that they'll be doing the back to school haircuts, and the event will be held on August 13th at No Shorts, No Losses Barber Salon out there in Richardson, Texas. So if you're out there in the area, or you just driving by, like I always say, whenever Perp is out there in the community and she's doing her thing, whether she's feeding the homeless, passing out clothing, passing out food,
From us and
handing out water.
interact with everybody.
Yeah, she's being a blessing. So stop by and be a blessing to her. Give her a hug, wave out the window, let her know that you're supportive of her and what she's doing. And so, yeah, we want to send these young men back to school looking good and feeling good about themselves. You don't know if you'll be helping a parent that may be struggling, don't know how they're going to come up with the money to pay for a haircut for their young son. And so she'll be doing that for parents that just need a little help, and just going to be given back, which is a blessing. Whenever you are able to be a blessing to someone else, we just love that over here. And so we're very happy to be a part of this event with Perp and Jamal, and them giving back. And hopefully you guys get a good turnout. Now, what I did know was that Perp was going to try to feature it on the news station out there in Dallas, and she was going to try to draw the 10 names, the 10 young men names. The first 10 callers would be able to get a code word, and that's how they would get their haircut. The first 10 young men that called into the radio station. So keep an eye out on that, and Perp giving out the information on where you can call if you are in need of getting a haircut for your young king. Is there anything else you wanted to add to that, Perp?
No, that's basically it. And just look for some more things come out. I'm going to be doing some things with the homeless in October, so just look for me to be out in the community in October as well. But I just want to get those haircuts out for young men, and because we know we have single parents, we also have single fathers, we also have grandparents taking care of their kids. You know what I mean? And it's gonna make a big difference, because grandparents some of them are on fixed income, and some of them are not on fixed income. So it will be also a good help for the grandparents as well. Like I said, grandparents do take care of their kids. Kids do run off. Leave the kids to grandparents, or something may happen, and the grandparents end up with the kids. So that's also the reason why we're doing, just basically just help the community, and just spread a little love, and want to give a little grooming out to the young men, for the year. But that's basically it.
And we thank you so much for what you do, Perp. I can't give you enough flowers. I know you're sick of my flowers. But we just love and appreciate you so much. And I'm going to go ahead and put up this little video that I made for Perp so that you all can get the information. Again, if you're out there in the Richardson, Dallas area, and you just want to stop by, you want to send a donation, you can send a donation to $V Vino Entertainment TV. So that's Vino Entertainment TV, and you can cash app a small donation, large donation, whatever you want to give to help with making sure that these kids get these haircuts. And she's only doing 10, but if you feel like there's some more kids that can benefit from this blessing, please don't hesitate to cash app her.
Yeah. I know it's more than 10.
So that's No Shorts, No Losses, 777 South Central Expressway, Richardson, Texas, 75. Let's put it back up there. 75080.
75080. Mm-hmm.
And that'll be hosted by Perp and Northside-O-Matic, which is Jamal. So, Perp, was there anything you wanted to, any commentary you wanted to add to those other topics that I covered today in our hot topic list? We had Carly, we had the young man Kai Sinat, who else did we have? We had Donald Trump. Let's see. And then we had our legislature push for the what we now know the NAACP is getting involved in to get our additional alerts, which right now I think they're going to name it the Ebony Alert.
That sounds nice. That sounds nice. First of all, I want to just say that with the Carlita Russell case, I feel that they're really being lenient on her. I feel that she has not done, and I don't think that they said she went to jail, but I don't think that she's been to jail long enough to know or to learn what she's done. She knows what she's done, but she need to know to what extent she has done it. And by her being in jail just for that little amount of time, no, just a slap on the wrist. And really, it's just, to me, it's just it's not right. I think she need to move more time, and she need to be able to do things in the community, because she used a lot of EMS services, and she used a lot of footwork, news reporters. She used all kind of sources to help her to look for her, and and she wasn't where she said she was, or she didn't see what she said she saw, and everything's all out of whack, out of evidence, and the backtracking. And I just feel personally that she has not gotten exactly what she really needs. I don't feel that this is just, to me, this was just a slap on her wrist. I think that she need to be punished to more extent, because the services that she used, those services that could be used for someone who is really in trouble, and when sometimes you cry wolf, sometimes people don't even come to your rescue. You know what I'm saying? And when she cried that wolf, she had a lot of help of searching for her. Now, what happens if something like that happens again and nobody's like, and then you're like, well, nobody just really don't care, don't get much foot.
Right.
Report footage or police so you heard from my
you got a little chopped up audio, Perp.
And I think that was silly, because we're
gonna give Perp a minute to get her audio together. Perp, check your audio and come back up. Okay, y'all. So I apologize. Perp is gone on. She's dropped down. She's gonna check her audio and hopefully come back up. But yeah, what Carly did was messed up, and I'm gonna, again, she's probably gonna get slapped with something as simple as community service, something small like that. I honestly do not feel like she's going to be made to do any jail time, because there's laws that are not strong enough to say, hey, what you did causes you to go to jail. I mean, of course, she could still, depending on how powerful the prosecution come after her, but there's still a lot of unanswered questions and still a lot of things that we don't know as far as where she was. That I think 74 hours that she was missing or whatever, she had took off on her own. So we just don't know. Depending on what she was doing, probably will determine on whether or not she does any jail time. So we'll just keep an eye on that. There's Perp back.
Is that better, TT?
Yep, much better.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I just feel like they use a lot of service, and then the worst thing about it she could have did was, her mistake was when she added a kid to it, and of course we're gonna look for a kid, because we want to know where a kid is at, because we want to know and make sure that that kid and any kid is safe. So I just feel like she didn't really get nothing that she really deserved. And I hope that the people who are over missing kids there in Alabama, who's over search, push for a stiffer sentence. I'm not saying a lot of prison time, but she need to have more jail time, and she need to be dealing with more in the community, and she'll learn what she's done, because she'll see. I think she'll see what she's done if she was in the community doing footwork, and not just being pampered. And as far as Donald Trump, that man, Donald Trump is a businessman. He was not president material. He was a businessman. And we all forget that he was a businessman. He was not, a man for president. He just basically was a man who ran for president and got picked. You know what I'm saying? People went and voted for him, and I just hope that things work out. But, way it's looking right now, it's not looking good for Mr. Trump at all. He got a lot of charges chunked up against him, and it's not looking good for him at all. I just really hate that, and then his attorneys are quitting on him. They'll start working for him. When it gets so deep, they'll quit. He there without a representative.
That's happened a few times, right?
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when we be looking like, well, dang, when they gonna do something? When he gonna go to trial? When he gonna face his charges? It's because a lot of times they prolong it by hiring and firing their attorneys and stuff.
Yeah. So. That's how they get by, TT. That's how they get by. It might be some years from now before he even really go to court.
Right. And this man isn't broke at all. He could literally pay his way out of trouble, but we'll see what the government decides to do with him, and if they'll let the charges stick. And what happened at the Capitol building, and was it 2020? Is that when it happened, or 2021? 2021. That was unfortunate. And like we were talking about Kai Cenat and the riots out there in New York this past week, and it's just jacked up when these people go in and tear up their own stuff. I don't understand that.
And see, Donald Trump, he didn't run for president for the money, because he had plenty of money. Right. He had plenty of money. He was a billionaire, so they can't say he ran for the money, because he didn't run for the money.
Because power.
For power. It's for power.
Right.
For power, because if you remember, go back for a little bit when he first got elected, how he was so reckless and how he was talking so bad about people, and how he was talking crazy to women, and how he just talking so reckless, And then I think, he started getting mature a little bit. When he started getting matured a little bit, it was his time to come up out of there, And by the time he came up out of the presidency, he had so many charges chucked up against him, and now. When he got out of the White House, they had him when he was president, but they couldn't do nothing with the charges when he was president. They had to wait till he wasn't president anymore before he could file any charges against him.
Right.
Yeah. So it's
why that's why Trump's still trending. That's why he's such a big topic and a big issue, is because they're trying to make these charges stick. And he already had went to court before and had to face some charges, and now we're back at it again. So on 2 separate charges. So we're going to be keeping an eye out on what happens to Mr. Donald.
Yeah, most definitely.
Mr. Trump.
I'm looking. I'm paying attention. I'm trying to see what's going on with him. Right. I'm paying full attention. Oh yeah, most definitely.
Exactly. So do you want to add any commentary to Kai Cenat and the riots out in New York?
I've seen that. I've seen it. It came from my news break. I've seen it, and I'm like, well, what was he giving away?
PlayStations.
And for that to be turned out for people acting fool like that for PlayStations?
They did, perp. And you've seen them. They were like pitching plants, and this is stupidest. They were hanging on the cars and running up on top of vehicles. But people were, people are going to panic in a situation like that. They're trying to get out of there and go home. I don't know why all these kids are out in the street you know, in big
Teaching
crowds and stuff.
a PlayStation, is it a new PlayStation coming out or something I don't know about, or am I missing something for a PlayStation? But the way all those people was out there and packed and
The PlayStation 5 to be exact, and I think that thing runs about anywhere between $700 and $1,000 and up.
wait, TJ, you know I don't know, TJ, I'm sorry, but is that a new game? Is it a new PlayStation 5 or something?
No, it's going on, I think 2 or 3 years old, Perk.
And they're acting like that behind that?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because he's a big influencer on the platform Twitch, which is a social media gaming site
Mm-hmm.
where a lot of the gamers hang out. And then he's got
Right.
big influences with celebrities and stuff. He was in that, he did that video with Lil Uzi Vert, and am I saying his name right? Erd or Vert or whatever. So yeah, I mean, he's well known. He's a big influencer. I mean, a lot of kids, the newer generation of kids, are following him and idolizing after him, and they just, I mean, it's just, I don't know, what are these parents talking to these kids about at home? Like, it's okay to have idols. It's okay to, you know, like a celebrity, like celebrities, whatever, but it should never be to the point where you are out here showing your behind, vandalizing your own property,
Right.
enticing panic amongst the people out there trying to leave work, go to work, whatever they're doing out there in New York. And it's just ridiculous.
So all these people that I seen, now I seen these, all these people I seen was kids who were out there for a doggone PlayStation 5,
Mm-hmm.
and they did all of that for a game. And what happens is he needs to be charged. And what happens is he could have did it in a better place, and he should have did it in a better way than what he did. Because he did not make any plans. He didn't think it out. Whoever made the plans for him, they didn't think it out of how they're going to do it the right way.
But as you seen, it looked like it fouled out into the street.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I seen that. Yeah, so that's why I said they didn't plan it well. And if we're gonna do it like that, you should have known it was gonna be some kind of consequences for it to be open like that. It wasn't even organized.
Draw
Right.
names, have them put their names down in a plot or something and draw names and then send them their PlayStation. Why would you want it to get that crazy and hectic over just handing out video games?
Right.
But
Right.
somebody could have got hurt. The police could have, they were throwing stuff at the police. They were attacking the police because the police was trying to get order, and they're doing their job. As we say, all police ain't bad police.
That's right. That's right. They're not. They're not.
But they take a risk every time they put on that uniform and they go out there because
That's
people
right.
are turning violent. People are too aggressive. People are angry for nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Just like when they had a thing with George Floyd, a lot of police officers quit. So they really, the police departments are really, they all have a shortage of policemen to work really. And when you ain't got enough for all that crowd that I seen, oh no, they didn't have enough police out there. No. They need to call the National Guard and all of them come out there with them people there
they had the riot gear on. They was ready to go. Because they can't let violence get out of. I mean, you got
it was too
thousands of
many.
people out there fighting and beating them. Trying to all beat up the police. They got to do what they got to do. Your child may not come home to you because they're out there showing they behind,
Right.
thinking that they can fight the police.
That's right. And they got to serve. They got to protect themselves, and they got to serve their community.
It should have been some sort of crowd control, like you said, Purvis. They didn't. Whoever his management team is, or whomever, if he has a management team, they didn't do a good job at planning this out at all. And this could have really been ugly. Now he's facing charges, and
That's
it's
good.
inciting a riot, so he is being charged with that. And so, like I was letting everybody know, I'll keep you guys updated on what happens with him.
Yeah, I want to know what happened about that. Yes, I most certainly do. Yeah.
So, Pert, let me ask you a trick question. See if you've been paying attention. What's the word of the year?
The word of the year.
Mm-hmm.
The word of the year.
Just think about all these situations. Carly, this gentleman, Donald Trump, everybody having their issues and and being held accountable. Well, I just told you the word.
Well, I want to say prayer. Shoot.
And that's the number one word.
I'm going to say prayer. I'm going to say prayer.
Yeah. That shit, that's so on top of the number one word, the main word is prayer. Absolutely. We need more of that. We absolutely do. But the big word for the year is accountability.
Accountability. And that's something a lot of people not TT. A lot of people don't even know how to spell it. They don't know what it means. They don't even know. They don't even know they word even exist.
Not at all, Perp. Not at all. People think they can just go out here, do things, make bad choices, and and there's no accountability held over their head.
Right.
She put it down there in all caps. So yeah, a lot of people think that, it ain't nothing serious. But no, even the smallest things we got to start taking serious, because our world is chaotic right now.
Oh yes, it is. It's very really bad.
And like Perp said, you got to start praying. You got to start manifesting change and positivity in all situations. So you pray about it, pray over it, lay your hands on the next person, lay hands over yourself, clear your mind of all negative thoughts, all negative wrongdoings or whatever, and try to, ease it a little bit, cushion this pain where, our world is going through birth pains.
Yes.
Right now.
Yes. And I just want to say, TT, that to your chat, I don't know if y'all been paying attention or you just think they just out of stock, but food is getting very, very light. Again, your food choices is getting very, very light. Your meat choices are getting light. Trust me. It's best to start getting your water. It's best to start getting your batteries for your flashlights or your solar lamps or whatever you need to get. I'm telling you, get you some survival kits. You can find those at Walmart, Amazon. They're starting out prices. I seen the lowest price I seen was $24 for a survival kit. Y'all have to pay attention what's going on around. You get to slow down. You can be moving so fast, and you're not really, and you see it, but you don't really see it. You know what I'm saying? You don't see it till it's in your face and it hits you. So I'm letting you know, don't be the last ones to go to them doggone stores and think you're gonna go in and get you some water, some Wawa, and there ain't none up in there, and you're gonna be upset with yourself because Perp told you to get off your butt and go get your water. Get your canned foods together. Get you some rice, some damn doggone meat, oatmeal, some corn, some beans, some Spam, some sardines. Get you whatever you need to get, or whatever you may eat. Your noodles to be put up that you can hold, in your cabinets and everything, because it's getting hard. If you all remember, I guess maybe 2021, 2022. A lot of cattle passed away. It was like 3,000 of them was unalive, and they don't know what the cause was. Now, this happened around wintertime. Now, when do you know for the animals who normally hang out in the wintertime, get up unalive? So I already knew. Once they happened the next year, I knew it was going to be a shortage of meat. I knew it was. And right today, there is shortage of meat. There is shortage of seafood. Even the seafood is getting shortage on the salmon and the shrimp and all that. Y'all better wake up. You better wake up, start saving your stuff up, and quit being fatty, eating your food up. Eat a little bit, put something back. I'm telling you, you better start saving up. You better start taking your freezing and get the big packs of meat and start bagging them up. 6 in the bag, 6 legs here, 6 thighs here, six whatever over here, wings over here. You better get it together. Time is getting short. You better get your merchandise together, because you're gonna be thirsty. You're gonna need that water, and they got some more viruses coming out, so you gotta be prepared. Prepare yourself.
Absolutely. We've been living in the last days for a long time. So,
man,
you better get in that Bible. You better start reading those verses. You better start familiarizing yourself with what we're going through, and just have an understanding more than anything, and stop worrying and being so selfish out here. Start looking to help your neighbor, your fellow man. Because honestly, if I was to come into a situation where I was homeless and I was living out of my vehicle, or I was sleeping on the side of the road or under a bridge, I would hope to come across somebody like you who goes out in the community every now and then and just gives back these, fish fries and sandwiches and burgers and hot dogs and bags of chips and waters and Thanksgiving meals, y'all. She does Thanksgiving meals, whole complete Thanksgiving meals for the unfortunate. And those are the things that we take for granted. I go and open my refrigerator. I gotta say a prayer every time I go in there.
Amen.
You see what I'm saying? And the next person may not have that privilege. So we definitely need to start praying, getting on our hands and knees, thanking God for the ability to wake up every day and have the necessities. And like she said, get your survival kits ready, because you don't know what's coming. You don't know when, the inevitable will hit us. We just got to be prepared.
Now, TT, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Now, I remember, and I know you also too, and even your mom might even remember, but I remember when we used to go to Vacation Bible School, they used to give us those little red Bibles. And I'm telling you, I do not, again, I have Gavin got his little red Bible, but I don't see those red Bibles anywhere anymore. I don't see kids in Vacation Bible Schools. I don't see kids with the little red Bibles. What happened to teaching our kids about the godly ways and the godly rules and how to move and move right? Those red Bibles back in the day when we was going to Vacation Bible School came in handy. They were in your pocket, your purse, your pocket on your shirt. Them Bibles fit anywhere. But they don't have no Bibles no more. I don't see those little Bibles anywhere. I don't see the kids at Vacation Bible Schools no more. I don't see kids in Sunday school. Like Sunday school used to be packed.
Well, probably the same, where vocational Bible school went is the same place where prayer and school went. And the adversary is working really hard to take God out of everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so, it's up to us. It's up to the body, this body, right? This body, this flesh that I'm in. It's up to me to get my soul together and seek the truth. It's up to me. I can't depend on the TV to give it to me. I can't sit around and wait for YouTube to give it to me. I can't sit around and wait for two people down the street to give it to me. It's up to me to seek the truth on my own. And if you are a spiritual person and you have if you just have that type of spirit to want to educate your children on the Bible, then you do that. You go to church, make sure your children are attending church, Sunday school, whatever's available to them, and you implement that within your household.
Yeah, but you're right, TT. I mean, you don't have to go to church to get your word to know your Bible, because it's a lot of people that don't go to church anymore because a lot of pastors are those suitcase pastors. Excuse me, I want to say the crooks, but I ain't gonna say crooks, but I'm just saying the suitcase pastors, and you got those, and and I'm also kind of teed off at the pastors in the communities, because if you notice, they're the one with the nice cars and the nice church and the nice clothes and everything, or even just not even a nice church. The church ain't got a new doorknob on it. You been getting the building funds for the last 30 years, and we ain't got a new doorknob on the outside or the inside. So, but
you got an epidemic of mega church mentality where it's about greed and money, and you don't have the old school way. And back in the day, your pastor came to your house.
Amen.
And our pastor came to our house. He blessed our house. He washed our feet.
Yes.
He prayed over us. He put the oil on our foreheads. He prayed over us. He prayed over the little ones. Our children were being Christian and blessed into the church. I mean, you just don't have that structure anymore.
No, you don't.
Glitz and glam, and that's,
Yeah, and then some men don't want pastors in their house because when they looking at the woman, or they want the sisters come in the house, because the sisters looking at their husband. And to me, you were about the wrong thing. I mean, your husband wasn't worth nothing. She wasn't. Your wife wasn't either. But pastor used to come to the neighbor to the churches and go out to get the sisters and the deacons to go out from house to house, and and they come with their Bible and everything. And but now, it's like you said, you don't see them no more. And one thing I do know that Jehovah's Witnesses. Lord have mercy. I mean, I have no problem with them, but I used to read some of their books and stuff too. But we got to pick up the more of the Bible. You don't pick up the Bible, uh, learn the Lord, talk to the Lord in your way, in your own, in the way that you talk to Him. How you talk to Him, how you receive your message to the Lord, and how you receive your message back. That's how you get it back. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody pray different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody say different things in their prayer. So the way of prayer been working for you and how it's been working for you, and you keep doing that.
Amen. And just turn your heart back to God. He hasn't given up on us. I know it may feel like it when we in times of trouble. You feel like this man, man above don't, have a thought about you, but that is so far from the truth. Turn
Yeah.
your heart and your mind back to God and give your soul back to Him. In any way that you feel that you can do that, do it, and just don't wait until it's too late.
Yeah.
Because time is not on our side at all. We on His side. We on His timing.
Amen. Amen.
So, redeem your faith back into God. And if you don't know how to find Him, as Perp said, the Bible is there. Open the book, get into the Word.
Yeah, talk to him how you talk to him. Everybody prays not for everybody. You pray in your own way. You pray to your God. Yeah, you have your own relationship with your God. You know what I mean? And how you talk to him and how y'all communicate with each other. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got their own way, the way they talk to Jesus Christ.
Absolutely. And just know that we have a very forgiving God. We hurt His feelings every day. We disappoint Him every single day, but He never leave us nor forsake us. So if you got a God like that you praying to, I say you mighty blessed and you winning.
Amen.
Seriously, because this world is not forgivable, but our
No.
God is.
No.
So with that being said, y'all, I'm not going to stay on too much longer. I do have to finish cooking here, and my mama had to go take a break. She's been up since this morning, and so I want to finish things up with her. But I do want to
get off kitchen. Yeah, I don't want to help me up. I love you, baby, and thank you everybody in the chat. And y'all just take care of me and just understand what we were saying. It might sound like a bunch of jibber jabber there, but when it start hitting you one time, you gonna say, "I heard that on Just Be TT."
Absolutely.
Peace.
Peace. Love you, Perp. So yeah, y'all, thank you so much for Perp coming up. She's always a blessing to me when she comes to visit me on the panel. I'm going to put up Perp and Jamal's video one last time so you guys can get a good look at their information. Again, go check out Vino Entertainment TV. Sarah, that's your cue to start dropping the links. Again, I want to shout out Shank Rock for coming through and his presence being in the building. Please drop his link as well. He's a friend to my channel. And I also want to just say, everybody, if you could please this week, do something, one thing, any small thing for your neighbor, your fellow man. I don't care if you have extra bottle of water in your car, hand it to them out the window. If you see somebody standing out front of the store and they're begging for change, hand them a little couple dollars, give them a hug, let them know you care about them. Whatever it is that you feel in your heart to do to give back to somebody, please do it, y'all. Because we living in really bad times. Y'all don't even understand. These little topics that I come up here and give y'all, that ain't even the tip of the iceberg of what this world going through. That's not even putting a chip in what we facing. So as a people, we need to come together. We need to love each other. We need to support each other. We need to continue to be, that's what mankind's supposed to be doing for one another. We're supposed to be looking out for each other. And it doesn't matter what the next person is going through. You don't even need to know what they're going through. If they look like they're going through something, just stop and tell them, hey, I'm praying for you. Reach out, give them a hug. So let me go ahead and get Perp and Jamal's banner back up so you guys can get the information off of there. So they're doing free back to school haircuts for boys 5 to 18, the first 10 boys to call in. And that's August 13th of this year at No Shorts, No Losses, 777 South Central Expressway. And that's in Richardson, Texas. So if you're out there in that area that day, stop by. Let them know you're supporting. Go get you a hot dog, a bag of chips, some juice, some waters, or whatever else they'll be giving out there, and just show the support to them. And we can't thank them enough for what they're doing and what they're giving back to their community. And I'm challenging everybody over here to do something and give back to their community. So with that being said, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Don't forget to share the live, hit the like button, come back when I'm live again. And just know your girl TT love you. And I appreciate you wholeheartedly. Peace, y'all.